Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I painted a very special painting of my daughter's sword. And it was based on a photograph that was taken for Valentine's Day. And in that photograph, she had a really nice look that reminded me of 1930s fashion. So I wanted to capture the look from that photo. And so I set off on a live stream painting while looking at my iPhone. And since red was one of the major colors, the color that dominated in that photograph, I decided that when I outlined the figure, I would start out with red. So I ended up having a lot of red in this painting. In fact, that's one of the undertones in the skin color that I gave her. And you can see how I'm building all of that up. Now, I'm not one of those artists who will set out to put a perfect sketch of the figure on the canvas before painting it in as a colorist would do. So what I do is I outline in one color, I mix the paints on the actual painting itself. I mean, yeah, I mix a little bit on my paper plate, which serves as a palette, but a lot of the mixing takes place on the canvas itself. And I used primary colors. I used a kind of red, a kind of yellow, a kind of blue, and a white. And I didn't use a tube of black paint, so most of the black areas that you see are a mixture of blue with the other colors. However, when I got to the very end of the painting, and it turned out that I had made a mistake in depicting the eyelashes and the makeup around the eyes, then I went back and added a little bit of pure black. But all the rest of the painting, the colors are basically mixed from blue, red, yellow, and of course white. So here, this is where the live stream had ended, and I was just painting on my own, and you can see that pink undertone to her skin, which I am then covering with a lot of white, and the paint is mixing together as I go along. You can see where the blues are going into her hair and turning into a darker shade of her brown hair color. And there are all sorts of areas on her forehead and on her cheeks where I'm just building up some white as highlights. And you can see as I move along, her face starts to show through. It starts to look like her face. But when I was in the outlining phase, I think it looked quite unrecognizable. So the shapes are built up little by little. And here I'm working on her pendant, which she got from her boyfriend, and it has a real ruby stone. And here we see some of the earlier snapshots that I took of the completed painting, and now with my signature. And there she is. And if you have time, please follow me on Instagram and subscribe and press the bell icon for notifications.